All right, what's happening with your baby? It's Raj over here at bookflippingpro.com. What's happening with you? All right, so what we do, man, we just flip books for profit on Amazon, FBA. Rather if it's a side hustle or you want this to be your main business, that's what we do. We are book flippers and we grab books from all over the place. Listen, there are so many different places where you can get books from. It's ridiculous, but you got to be creative and you got to think outside the box because this environment is highly competitive. It's been super competitive for years, and now that technology is being brought up, is even more competitive now, man. Because look, they got little kids. Look, a little kid can start a book flipping business, man. A little 15-year-old kid can go in the bookstores and get dropped off by his parents, and they can scan. They could be in there for hours, man, just scanning books in thrift stores, right? So, but you need to have a competitive advantage. How are you going to compete with these people? How are you going to compete with the big dogs doing it? How are you going to stand out from the little people that's doing it, right? This business has a very low barrier of entry, which is good for you, but the competition will be more. It will be fiercer, right? So what you got to do is this. You need scanning apps, all right? Most people don't do it. They try to use their phones because they try to save a little bit of money on technology. They try to start their business on a shoestring budget. You really can't start your business on a shoestring budget. Listen, this book scanning business is already a shoestring business, but you really don't need that much money to start. A book scanning app probably going to run you about $50 a month. Right, that's if you scan it by yourself. Then you can hire teammates and do all other stuff, but just that one app is going to cost you about $50 a month, right? And that's all you need, right? And that app is called Scout IQ. The reason why I like Scout IQ above the other book scanning app, the other Amazon scanning apps, is because Scout IQ is specifically for books, right? They give you different data that the other scanning apps won't give you, right? It's just different data. You know what I mean? And they just the data is not only different, but it's better, and it's just for books. So if you just focus on books and you don't really want to do nothing else, right? I know they said Jeff Bezos started with books and all this other stuff like that, right? And you could branch on to other things later on if you want to, but books is the number one thing on Amazon to flip. Now there's other stuff you can flip, man. Bigger, I mean, you can have bigger numbers and stuff like that, but nothing's going to get you the percentages and margins. So if you could buy $1,000 in books, right, you could turn that $1,000 into $7,000, right? But the only thing with books is they're not going to flip right away. So as soon as it hits your FBA, they're not going to turn over the same day. Now some books will sell right away, right? But you're not going to get your profit back right away. It might take you a month, might take you 2 months. So the thing with books, you got to just keep replenishing that platform, keep putting books into your inventory, right? But the best app out there for you to get when you start, when you flipping, is Scout IQ. Mainly because Scout IQ is for books. The guy who created it makes $1 million in Amazon, man, just selling books, and that's all he do. Just sell books, right? So you don't want to diversify. I know a lot of people talk about diversifying and doing this and that. Most people in this business will teach you things to confuse you, right? They want you to diversify to other things so you can dilute your attention off the books. There's big money in books. There's people making millions, big money just selling books. Stay focused though, all right? You don't want to try to be the jack of all trades. Master the book game. Get Scout IQ. You're going to have the Scout IQ University. You're going to have a network full of people who are focused on building a big business selling books. You're going to be all right. All right, so look, grab Scout IQ. You get a 2-week free trial. I think it's like $50 a month. It's the best book scanning app out there because it's focused 100% on books. You got all the data right there. They're going to break it down for you, what you need to look at, what books to accept, what books are profitable, and you're going to be making money, man. So look, I see you at the top. Stay focused out there, right?